Oh, there we are.
There we go. Right there. I don't think our light's too bad.
Oh.
Hi, Chicken Johnny.
Hey. How are you doing tonight? It's the countdown to Christmas for us.
Yeah, it kind of feels crazy that it's already
2 days away.
Yeah. Well, no, not even 2 days. Today. It's like,
oh, you can be like the kids and not count today and not count Christmas Day. So it's really only one day.
But today's over. Basically.
I guess so, yes.
It's not over yet, but it's getting close.
It's getting close to being over. How's Canada? Oh, well, we're actually not too bad tonight. We're supposed to be 9 degrees Celsius tomorrow. I would have to get my calculator to figure out what that is in.
And it's supposed to be raining.
Pouring rain tomorrow.
Isn't it like
50 millimeters?
So, yeah, so a lot of rain. So there won't be any snow for Christmas.
Yeah, it's a little disappointing. That's okay.
Yeah.
We got plans for all the animals to keep them all tucked in so they don't have to be out in the rain and making a mess of the paddocks. But hopefully it's been cold enough the last few days that the ground will stay frozen. That'd be nice.
I think it will, except for maybe like the top layer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it froze pretty good because we didn't have any snow.
Yeah.
And we got, isn't it like minus 14 or something?
Yeah. Oh, we had minus 17, I think, the one night. Yeah. And so, yes, but we're getting wind and rain. Yeah.
Oh, it's coming then.
Well, we can do it. Hi, Hitch-A-Chick. Merry Christmas to you as well. We could do without the wind. I think I can handle it, you know, as long as you don't have a wind chill as well. But once it gets wet and then you get the wind and then it goes to freezing rain, then it's not very nice.
Well, our tractor's not very well covered up yet.
Yes, that was one of the to-do list jobs that has not happened yet, building a shelter for the tractor.
But it will now because I'm off until New Year's.
Hi, Boone.
We found this this shirt a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. We don't pass a thrift store without going in and looking at T-shirts for Chris.
Yeah, you never know what you're gonna find.
He's actually had a few comments from people on YouTube about his T-shirts, so it's kind of become a thing now to collect shirts. He needs more closet space than me.
Yeah, but the shirts I can fold up and put in a drawer.
Yeah, that's true. You can tuck them in a drawer, but you do tend to collect a lot of them. Oh.
Yeah, we, I don't know if we completely hate the wind, but here, compared to our old place, the wind's a lot stronger here. We've had that, well, since the first night we stayed here, we thought there's a big weeping willow in the front yard, and we thought for sure it was going to come down, but it didn't, and it's in good shape, so that's good.
Yeah. It is kind of one of those things, I think I'm not used to having the, I keep clicking that. I'm not used to having the wind and the trees so close to the house, because at our old place, we were kind of a house in the middle of a field. And it definitely is different here, having the wind and it blowing through the trees, and you feel like they're going to fall on the house. That's what I was saying.
Well, I noticed your Chucky shirt.
Yeah.
In your Shed Wars entry video.
Yeah, it's definitely a crazy thing to be a tornado. I don't think, well, I don't know. Has any ever even gotten close to here?
I've been close to tornadoes before.
Yeah.
But there hasn't been any close to where we live.
No, I don't think so. When I lived out west, like in the prairies, they got tornadoes, but...
Well, I was doing field work, oh boy, like 6 years ago, and we were out in, Ontario doesn't have a lot of prairies, but we were out in the prairie area.
An open area.
A very open area, and you could kind of see the clouds coming, and we're like, that's looking pretty nasty. And it was like 10 minutes after we left, it hit. So it was kind of pretty lucky to. It was a weird one too because it wasn't windy until the clouds started to come across. But,
hey there, homesteading pastor. Nice to see you. Just saying.
No, that's good.
Didn't want to cut in.
No, you can cut in at any point.
Yeah, but no, we've been planting some trees along our property line and that to try and kind of prevent the wind from whipping in because
into the yard anyway.
Yeah, the people that lived here before really, they thought it out pretty good. Like they planted some beautiful evergreen hedges and things like that in right spots, but there's still some more areas that definitely need something.
Yeah, they planted Norway spruce kind of along the west side, so it works.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Merry Christmas to everybody who's in here already. I don't know, we still haven't come up with a schedule for this, but we were just like, I don't know, today was sort of my last day of official work, so I'm feeling a little more relaxed.
Yeah.
And we just decided, you know what, let's do it.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Go on and say Merry Christmas and whatnot to people.
Yeah.
But is everybody else ready for Christmas? I'm not sure if anybody has young kids like us. I mean, we've got our two are. I'm gonna get this wrong. I think they're 8 and 9, and they are at that point of being very, very excited for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You get the gradual buildup of energy level as Christmas gets closer.
Yeah, exactly. So it's contagious.
Mm-hmm.
the excitement of Christmas.
Although this Christmas seems to have come up really, really quickly.
Yeah.
It's hard to believe it's only a day away. Day and a half away. Yes,
it's. I'm not sure what the reason is. I don't know if it is. Everybody's saying about the 2020 year and whatever, but it didn't feel like Christmas until kind of this week when we got to that crunch. We were going, oh no, I need to go grocery shopping and I need to, do all these other things.
That's how I feel right now. I was just being lazy. You're the one, you were baking. I was helping you a little bit, but
yes, yeah, we have.
I can be helpful.
We're supposed to be going. Well, we're not supposed to. We are going into a lockdown on Boxing Day, as far as no get-togethers or anything like that. So, anyways, we have Chris's parents coming over tomorrow for a little get together. So Chris was cutting up the carrots and I made butter tarts, and it's very low key, but Hi Jules, how are you doing? Long time no chat. I do find this whole the lives thing very interesting. And it's such a great way to get to know people and meet people and whatnot, because everybody seems to kind of go from one to the other, and I think it's great. You learn a lot about people, which is really nice. But, Hi, Miles.
I've said it before, it's like a good community.
Exactly. Yeah, good way to build a community for sure. So, but yes, I like. Loon's been baking, and I definitely should have been doing a bit more baking to be ready, but.
Yeah, but the baking's kind of a double-edged sword because it's good, but then it's
I shouldn't say we've been doing baking all December. It just disappears as quickly as we make it.
Yeah. And then we don't replace it quite as often.
No. Well, that's where it was nice. Actually, Boone was part of a collaboration that Hickory Croft was in as well, doing some baking, and it was quite nice because I tried a few of the recipes that people had done throughout the collaboration on cookies and things like that. So kind of got me a little bit ahead because I had to make stuff for it and whatnot, but still it's all gone by now.
It's all right. I don't need more sweets.
No more sweets. Yeah. Well, we're not even doing a big turkey for dinner because we're not getting together with a bunch of people. So
nope, we're doing another chicken.
A chicken from the farm. That's what we're cooking up for dinner. Yep, on Christmas.
And Alex kept her carrots that she grew. We're
Yes.
going to do those as well.
Yeah. She's got her multicolored carrots that she pulled out of the garden.
Yeah, she's quite happy, or quite looking forward to that for Christmas dinner.
Yeah.
Which is kind of fun.
So we were trying to do Christmas dinner this year with all stuff that we had grown.
As much as possible.
As much as possible. We didn't grow any wheat, so the flour's not, but otherwise most of it will be.
Well, and you wanted cranberry sauce.
And cranberry sauce, yeah.
But,
can't do it without cranberry sauce.
But we don't have cranberries yet, but I did get some American
ordered
cranberry
some
seeds, so we'll see in, I don't know how long they take to grow.
Chris has really, really high hopes for all the things that we can achieve here.
Might as well once you've got them, especially the plants and the stuff. Once you got them, you got them. Yeah. I'm back in reading.
Yeah, I'm reading. I'm reading through. Yeah, we're reading through comments. That's all. Yeah, we've got. Well, you've got cranberry plans, and I'm being distracted by a little kitten. She just fell off the couch. I almost went to rescue her, and then I was like, "Do I go off the camera to rescue the cat?"
Life lesson.
Yeah. She landed on her feet, so we're okay. Yeah.
Although they don't always land on their feet.
Yes, the cat thing at our house is getting a bit out of control. I'm sure there'll be a video to come on it. We had this week our barn cat. Well, she had kittens. What was that? That was Halloween. She had kittens again. And so we made an appointment to get her spayed because that was her third litter of kittens this year, and we cannot handle any more kittens.
And she came with the property.
And yes, she did come with the property. And so we set her up to have her appointment. And then we found out that the kittens had to have been separated from her for 2 weeks. And of course, it's winter, and we're like, how are we going to separate the kittens? So we proceeded to bring 4 kittens into the house in order to separate the cat so that she could be spayed. So now we have 4 new kittens in the house. And of course, now by the time she recovers and whatnot, that they could go back out, they'll have gotten used to the heat of the inside, so they're going to have to stay in for the winter. I know. It's terrible.
Oh, well.
Thank you, Miles. I didn't know we were at 300, so that's awesome.
No, that is really awesome, actually, because we had like I don't know, goal's the wrong word. We were kind of hoping we were going to hit the 300 before Christmas, so that's fantastic.
Yeah, we were hoping. I don't know. We weren't sure when we started this exactly what to expect, but I think
just kind of letting it happen.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. It's kind of fun.
That's awesome.
It is awesome to be at 300. That's exciting. But it kind of seems to come and go. We don't get too excited because tomorrow morning when we wake up, it'll say 298 again, because that just seems to be what happens.
Who knows? What kind of chicks are you hoping to have hatch out, Hitch-A-Chick? You said you were hoping to have some for Christmas.
Here.
Something we've never done, but then usually we don't have anybody going broody at the time.
Yeah, no.
Although it came close this year, I guess, with the one.
Well, her chicks, the one we have now, her chicks are what, a month and a bit now? I don't know. We'd have to go back through our YouTube videos. That's what we use now to track everything that happens on the farm. We go back and reference videos.
It builds a great chronology.
It sure does, yeah.
And you try to go back and figure, so when did we do this? And you go back and look, and then
yeah,
within a day or two. It's kind of nice.
Yeah, sorry, reading quickly. Don't want to miss anybody's stuff, that's all. But I think we've got, well, you're off now until the new year.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully we will get some projects done and do some filming that will...
Well, right at this moment, we don't have any big projects on the plans, but just kind of that feeling of relaxing for a moment.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm sure we'll get some things. We've got a few plans for some indoor gardening.
Yes.
We kind of started putting them in motion, but
yeah, we did the whole debating on how big to go with setting up something inside because we're already going to be January, but we're going to hopefully get some things started and then get prepared for taking things out to the greenhouse come April time.
we'll maybe get that finished.
Maybe we'll get the greenhouse finished. That'd be nice. Oh, Voon's asked a very good question. How early?
It depends what time of year it is.
How early do we get up in the morning?
'Cause right now, what time does it actually get light here?
It gets light here at about 7. I want to be like a really good farmer answer and say, oh, I'm up at 5. We get going. We do so much stuff. We're not.
No, but right this time of year, there's not as much.
No, but
stuff.
we're kind of more the get out to the barn at around 9 type people.
Yeah, but everything's used
So
to that.
yeah, I mean, unless you're in the heat of the summer, then we kind of swap it around because it's nice to do stuff in the morning.
Yeah, but when you've got the gardens going and like this year we were milking and
Yeah.
got all that other stuff,
Yeah.
then that's a little different. But
yeah, but usually we are, kind of up and going around 7 because the kids get on the school bus at 8:30, so we got to have them kind of all organized, and then get out to the barn at 9 o'clock. Start the kind of chore day, anyways. But
yeah,
that's why it seems like we don't have a lot of time to get things done because our day doesn't start super early. I always feel like I get so much more done when we start earlier, but then
it's because we do.
I know.
If we start earlier, we still go later.
That's true. Yeah. So the day just gets longer then.
Yeah.
But scary one. So I'm gonna put this up here. It's easier for me to read when it's up on the thing.
Well, that'll be good. More good egg layers.
Well, it's always good to be able to hatch out your own, though, for sure. Like, I mean, if you can. So I think it'll be great. I hope that they arrive on Christmas. That's kind of a neat thing.
Yeah.
They're.
It'd be hard for us. It'd be hard though because you'd have to have them in the house for most of the winter.
Yeah. Because we got lucky that ours arrived. Our chicks that did hatch arrived when we got lucky and had decent weather for them. Mm-hmm. But it would not be able to do it without heat lamps and stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But
we did that one year. The one year when we got a bunch of chicks early. Mm-hmm. We had them in the basement. They got pretty big before we could put them outside just because I forget what time we got them. Was it like February?
February we got them, yeah. Because we kept them downstairs in pens until I'm pretty sure it was almost the end of March. They were big.
Yeah.
They were big by the time they went out. And that's where I said we're never, ever doing that again.
No, it's better when the hens do it.
Yeah.
Much better.
I got her. I got her. Look at her. This is our little kitten. She's so cute. What did you name her? Cotton?
That's fine, yeah.
Yeah.
She's
Chris named her Cotton.
Completely white.
Hey? I'm looking forward to the smell.
Yeah, that's the problem with the chickens.
Too excited to wait till spring. I could definitely understand that. Not looking forward to the smell. Yeah.
No.
It was bad. It was bad.
We had a lot of them.
But we had 20?
Yeah.
20 chicks born? Oh, or hatched, whatever.
But definitely better than ducks in the house. We've done that too.
No, don't do it. Don't do ducks in the house. Hello, Crazed Family Homestead. How are you doing? Hey? This one is Chris's kitten.
One of multiples.
One of multiples. The cats all like Chris better usually.
They don't know why.
Yeah, but this one's sitting with me today. Haha, I got her. Haha. Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of cats, we actually did decorate the tree.
Yes.
Last time we only had the lights on it.
Yeah.
When we did the live.
Yeah.
But,
we put decorations on. We thought nobody's really bothered the tree. And then, so I put decorations on, and then this morning they broke 2 good decorations. So,
well, in all fairness, you put glass ones on.
Well, they hadn't bothered it, so I thought it was going to be okay, but nope.
No, that's inevitable. That was going to happen.
Yeah. So now it's a case of the kids and I took all the glass ones off this today and put different ones on instead.
Yeah, or at least up to a certain height.
No.
No, it's not. Oh, it's plastic? Oh,
yeah.
There you go. You're
right. All plastic stuff now.
You're right then. Oh.
That way kittens can't cause trouble.
Does anybody have any I don't know, plans over the, I'm going to say holidays from now until
New Year's?
Yeah. Oh, the yard hydrant.
Oh, the yard hydrant.
It's I don't know. Every time we're out in the barn now, I say the same thing to you. It's like, I'm glad that you're the one that pushed to get it done, and I'm glad you did, because it makes life a lot easier.
Yeah. Well, what had happened was the old one that was there when we moved in, they had the
handle.
The handle had broken, the rubber flange that guess keeps it from coming back up or whatever.
We're pretty sure when they built the barn, they must have put it in. Pretty sure, because it was built like under the barn, and it looked like when we actually got it out, it looked like the head probably was reclaimed. I'm not sure that would be something that I would.
The people that we bought this from were big time reclaimers. I mean, everything, and that's great, but it definitely looked like it had seen a lot of wear probably before they put it in.
Yeah, I think so.
So we were glad that we debated on just replacing the
top
nozzle and the top bit, and when we found out it all came as one unit, we just said, well, let's dig it out and we'll replace it. And it actually, once we got doing the job, wasn't that bad.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Simply Jan. Oh, Merry Christmas as well.
Yes, Merry Christmas to everybody.
Yes, we're. It makes me want to sing Merry Christmas, everyone. I don't know. That's what always comes to mind. But yeah, the yard hydrant. If you've got the thing ran already underground, it was very simple because it's actually just a corkscrews, like a hose.
It was interesting getting it off because I actually had to take the second. So we had the one pipe wrench up on the top. I had to have one down in the hole, and I kind of had to jam it in there and step on it to get it to grab properly. But it worked. Came off. That was the one tricky part.
Yeah.
Where we were kind of like, this is either going to go really good or go really bad.
Yes.
And it went really good.
So we were very glad that we did it, because by this time last year, was our water still running? No, it was frozen, I think, already.
So yeah, last winter after moving in, because we didn't get as far as replacing it. Of course, we did do it all summer. But we were bringing buckets from the house to the barn.
Oh, it was awful.
Well, it wasn't.
Oh, when you have that many animals, it's awful.
Yes, but this year would have been worse because
the cows would have made it worse.
The cows drink a lot compared to the other animals.
It's definitely. I'm going to Amy's comment here. That it's definitely worth doing. Now that we've done it once, we've decided. Well, we actually already have a second hydrant, but we've decided we're going to run one from the line that exists now going to the barn hydrant. We're going to splice into that and go to the garden, because it'd be really nice to have an underground line that comes up in the garden rather than right now it's 3 hoses for us to get from our water. Well, I say 3, you could just spend the money and buy a really good long hose, but we've got 3 that kind of we piece together, 3 50-foot ones, so that we can water all the raised beds and the potatoes and everything. And it'd be really nice to just have a hydrant right there that comes up. And then eventually, I don't know how many of our videos you've watched, but we've got a channel that runs back to a big circle in our pastures. And eventually that's the goal.
We'd like to
run a pipe
but...
back there and do another hydrant. Now that we know, I mean, if you're going to get an excavator thingy, what do you call those things? Digger?
Mini excavator.
Mini excavator.
I don't think that's going to happen next year, though. That's
no, but
that's awesome, Miles, on getting the golden eagle. We actually had one. We had one. What was that? That was middle of November, and it was one of those birding things, because I usually have a camera with me. Excuse me, but it was an adult, and it was low. It was like almost below the tree height there at one point. And it's like the amount of times I've seen them, and you never get a good photo. And this one flew down the fence row, and then because our property's it's like a local high point.
Yeah.
So we actually get a lot of birds of prey, like turkey vultures and hawks and eagles and whatnot. They come and then they hit the thermal and they do the spirals up. And basically this golden eagle did that. So we were fencing, weren't we?
Yeah.
We were putting the fence up at pasture too. And just watching this golden eagle going, I should have had my camera.
Yeah, exactly.
But, yeah.
Well,
funny the stuff that comes through.
You always get an opportunity for a good shot when you're
not ready.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure. But yeah,
we're Jules had said there that it's much easier to start with something than to fix it.
Yes.
So that's where we kind of thought, you know what? If you're doing it from scratch sort of thing, other than the splice onto the one pipeline, I think it would work. But
yeah, that's the one part we have to figure out, because the line comes out of the house. I imagine we'd end up having to do something in the basement. But the line that goes out to the barn goes. I think you would just
we disagree on this all the time, because he says it's got to come out of the basement as its own line, and I said no, you're just going to dig down into the existing line right outside the barn and splice a new pipe on and go. I say splice, make a T or whatever.
I still think the basement might be
easier. I'm right. I'm right. We will have to get a book or do some YouTube research. That's what we did for the hydrant replacement. We just watched some YouTube stuff to figure it out.
Well, we watched some stuff, but then nothing really showed you exactly how to get it off. So, of course, that's at the bottom of the hole. And we're like,
well,
okay.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not like we're tiny people, so we had to dig a big hole.
It wasn't a very big hole, but I was the one at the bottom of it.
I sat down at the bottom of it too. I just couldn't get the stinking thing off. Yeah. So, anyways, we'll agree to disagree on how it's going to happen until we actually do it, because that's how we always work. We always just disagree until we get into the moment, and then all of a sudden it's just like, see, nobody's right or wrong. It's
at least neither of us is claustrophobic.
No, because it was a tiny hole.
Yeah, but it's filled up again, so it's all good.
Get a valve for every line. Oh, that's smart. That's good thinking.
This one does have one, because we can shut where is it jet pump? Is that what it is? Anyways, where the pump for the well is.
The pressure tank?
Well, there's the pressure tank, but then
the thingy, yeah. It's not a submersible pump. It's the other kind.
Yeah, it's the other kind. Where it is for the line to the barn, we can actually turn it off there. So last winter when it stopped working,
we turned the water off.
The head froze, and so we turned it off. So we didn't burst the pipe or whatever. But that was nice.
Yeah. So that's definitely, so that you only have to doing that down at a point where you can just go down at one spot and do it. Makes sense. Yeah. Oh, see, all sorts of good tips.
We can add
I'm sure it'll be a series of disastrous videos. I'm sure.
I think
figuring out how to work the excavator will be the best video.
Well, it'll definitely have to be a mini X if we do it.
We're really lucky, actually, because our neighbor just over the way actually rents one. So
yeah, we haven't talked to him, but he's
got
a little one.
We don't want to be obligated yet. We're not.
Not at that point.
No, but yes, I saw there the Crazed family Homestead. Same thing about the hoses together, and it's a pain. And then you get stuck on the corner of a raised bed, and then it gets drove over a couple times, and then next thing you know, it's split. And you're just like me. I'm using those zip ties to try and keep it so that I can get a little more life out of my hose. When really I could just splice it and put a new piece on, but that'd be too easy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, he froze his barn hydrant this year. Chicken Johnny
It
did.
froze already?
Wow.
Well, that's not good.
No. We've had some pretty cold nights, but it's touch wood. The new one is working really well.
Well, when we pulled the old one out, you could see was that the gasket or the piece at the bottom was toast on the old one. Whatever that's called.
Yeah.
You said it already, and I forget.
Yeah. The door got left open. Hose on. Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah.
Did it could you get it thawed out, or did it cause? Was it cold enough to burst any pipes or anything, or was it good?
Oh yeah, we did that. We've had that where you've got the little sprayer on the end of the hose or something instead. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We had. Luckily, you checked the weather because it was the day before we were supposed to get the cold period. You took it off.
Yeah, I got it off just in time, but I didn't drain the hose very well because it was pretty frozen hanging up. So the next time it thawed, I actually drained the whole hose.
So it must have froze pretty good to crack the hydrant.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's something for us to remember because we've debated on the putting a hose on it, even though it's. Yeah. But I think we're just going to stick with just the hydrant and carrying buckets.
Is your hydrant in a place you can get at it to replace it easily, or would you have to dig down to replace the whole thing? Because that's the thing here. I don't think we can get just the replacement heads. We had to we looked around and.
Yeah, it seemed like you had to get the whole unit with the big pipe going down and whatnot, which. I wouldn't want to have to replace it again, but
no,
it's on a concrete floor. Oh, yeah, ours is sand, so that wasn't so bad. But the concrete floor will be not very good. I know my parents; their one's a concrete one, but they have a circle lid that can come off at the same time. So it's a lid that lifts up to reveal the pipe, but. If it's concreted right in, I don't know how you will deal with that.
I don't know. Hopefully it goes well for you.
I see Hitch-A-Chick there was saying about the waters from freezing. To be honest, as long as if we have snow, we feed snow. Or they get snow, basically. We just let them out. They go eat snow.
As long as it's not hard and crusty.
Yeah, we do make sure we give them water. I give them water in the morning. So they all kind of learn pretty quick to just dive in and get the water while it's there, and then they have access to snow after that. So they seem to do pretty well. I mean, right now we're at the point, well, not today because we're above zero now, but we were at that point where the water would freeze probably half an hour after I'd given them water. Mm-hmm. But as long as they had snow, it was okay. Now we've got the dilemma, the snow's all gone again. So, it's the same thing with the rabbits. I mean, I was feeding them snow and now snow's gone. So we're dealing with water and then.
Well, the worst is when you don't have the snow when it's cold.
Yeah. Yeah. But, so with them, I mean, with the rabbits, I'm watering 2 times, 3 times a day because it freezes and they don't have access to anything else. So. Mm-hmm. But it's
the chickens do really fine with that. Either a little bit of water in the morning,
and then as long as there's snow or something that they can go out and pick at. Mm-hmm. But
they don't really get bothered by the cold.
No, ours don't get bothered too much by the cold. In the house. Oh, speaking of, you know what? Just made me think of the fact we haven't shut off the water to the outdoor pipe.
The back one?
The back
one.
So
we may have the exact same problem.
I'm saying that though, it's not leaking, so it must not have split. But frozen. We better make sure we close. Yeah, we better shut that tomorrow.
Yeah, we better check that.
Tomorrow's supposed to still be 9, so we'll be okay. But is the hose even off of it? I think I took the hose off.
I'm 98% sure it is, because I think we rolled it up when we did the wood.
Okay, yeah.
Because it was in the way.
But the tap
And
is
you filled the
still
woodshed.
got water going to it through the concrete.
So that might be okay.
See, this is great because now I need to have a notepad so I can write a list of all the things we need to make sure we are on the ball with, because there is quite a bit to definitely remember. That's one thing we're learning, is you get wrapped up in YouTube and the list of all the things that you're trying to get sorted for the winter season, which for us, to be honest, I mean, I shouldn't even say this because then it'll get really, really miserable, but I'm going to say it anyways. Winter season's kind of half over.
No.
Yes, because February's always nice.
No, it's not.
End of February always gets nice.
No, it doesn't. That's March.
No.
Yeah.
March gets miserable.
February always has the dip at the end of the month.
Okay.
Because we've already rode through the cool down in December. That happens every year.
Yeah, and then
all the water freezes
warm.
and all the ducks leave and geese leave. And then it usually warms up, and then it gets cold the end of January and cold the end of February. Yeah. It goes in like these
waves,
cycles or cyclic whatever.
Yeah. Yes, days are getting longer. Thank goodness.
Yes, I don't mind doing some things in the dark, but it's nice to not have that. I don't know. Well, when we let me start over. When we did the barn door, like, because that was the shortest or close to the shortest day.
Yeah.
And I don't even think we had it like 3/4 done, and it was dark and we had to do
and the
chores
horses
again.
Wanted in, and
just yeah.
Yeah, I don't. I definitely don't like the short days, and I don't know if everybody here's where they live does the daylight savings time, but here in Ontario they do, and I mean it is kind of a joke. In my opinion, it doesn't, but anyway.
Yeah.
It's still.
I could leave it.
Yeah, it's still dark when we get up, and it's still dark when you're still trying to do stuff. So I go get the kids off the bus, and it's starting to get dark. So.
Although that's another good point, because as soon as the days start to get longer, I know we've already been thinking about what we're doing next year for gardens, and we're already planning so many things that we know we won't get them all done.
Well, and we're getting wrapped up in the shed wars thing this year, because of course that's this whole big incentive to grow more and do more and whatever. So
I don't know if we're really going to grow more. It's just the part that's going to be hard for us is the keeping track, because
we're bad with the
and we're going to have to figure out to keep track of, like, because we have this bad habit of you harvest a whole bunch of tomatoes and bring them into the house, and a percentage of them end up going back out to the chickens.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to weigh coming in and weigh what goes out, subtract it.
Yeah. Well, I'm not really 100% sure on all the rules and everything yet, but I think it'll be I think
I'm just trying to wrap my brain around how to do that. I think we're gonna need some. We've got the one little scale. We're gonna need some.
But you still said we're upping what we're growing this year.
Well, we're upping from last year, because last year we didn't have everything set up. We
don't have everything set up this year.
we've got big plans for a lot more root vegetables, because that's something that I don't know. We like.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
and they keep.
And they keep things that keep, and you don't have to do much with them right away. That's the part that kills me on the going big on the tomato harvest, and the other stuff is that you got to do something with it.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is something I said it to you the other day. We've ordered a bunch of seeds, and it's nice, but a couple of the companies we order from, they give you like a free pack of seeds for doing business with them. And it's great, but I keep getting tomatoes. Keep getting tomato varieties.
Oh, yeah. And we can't grow them. I mean, we already have 6 or 7 varieties and that we like.
I'm very, very tempted on the one. What was it called? It was...
I don't remember.
I'll have to look it up, but it was tempting from the description. But anyways, it's kind of one of those things. It's like, I don't need more tomatoes.
Yeah. The rules are loose to allow it to be fun. That's true. And you know what? That's part of it. made it interesting to watch and kind of catch up on everybody else's story, which is good. I'm going to quickly go back to.
Well, I just on the whole weighing thing. I just want to be. You can go back and put it up. I want to like acknowledge that we have this like cyclic thing going on where we harvest and use X amount, and then X amount usually ends up going back. It's kind of all part of the whole. So
yeah,
splitting that's going to be fun, but that, in the same time, it will actually be fun because we've never tracked it. Like I think this year
we have no idea how much we've ever really grown. The only thing we've tracked a bit would be our meat.
Even that we haven't, up until this year, we haven't been all that great with. So it's different when you send a sheep to the
butcher and you get the little paper back.
Tell you how much it weighed and weight.
Yeah. I'm going back to Hitch-A-Chick's comment here because she had said about the sticking with what she was doing, which is very similar to what we do. We make sure they get the water in the morning, and as long as you have nice, fresh, fluffy snow, we just scoop it into their dishes and throw it in, and they do just fine. We've been doing that for ever. Yeah, really, I don't think, because we've always had to haul water, and it was such a pain in the butt. So if there was snow, that's what they got.
The chickens with the Chanticleers, it doesn't really affect their egg laying.
No,
they're funny. They're funny. I don't know. I won't go into a whole lot of detail, but because we keep partridge Chanticleers, and I've been breeding them since 2009. How many years is that?
Oh gosh, 11.
11. So not bad, but they do this funny thing because we don't light them for eggs, but egg production. There we go, I got the right thing. Egg production kind of starting September starts to go down as the days are getting shorter, but then literally, and we saw it today, because didn't we get like 4 or 5 eggs today?
Yeah.
Literally, you hit the shortest day of the year, and it doesn't matter how cold it is, don't get me wrong, it's not like super production, but they just kind of...
We have like 22 chickens, and we're getting 4 or 5 eggs a day.
It'll come up.
Oh, it'll come out fast, and then I'll be going, what am I going to do with all these eggs? Yeah. I'm just going back to read through some of the
we're
rules
getting behind.
We're getting behind. But no, I'm very curious we're going back to the Shed Wars conversation here. I think it's just going to be a case, we're just going to do our thing, and whoever's in charge can just, here you go. This is what we do. If you like it, fine. If not, that's fine too.
I think that's kind of how we do everything.
That's
why some of our videos are boring and some of them are interesting, because some days what we do is really boring and some days what we do is really interesting. But it's pretty much just here's what we did today.
Yes. We're
for anybody that has kids in the age bracket, was it the show Phineas and Ferb, was it like,
what are we going to do today?
I know what we're going to do today. That's us. Only maybe not quite as crazy.
Oh, I'm still reading on the thing here. Hitch-A-Chick asked about the rules, and everybody's talking about Shed Wars, which is something that we've put in our entry video for.
You should definitely check it out if you just type in Shed Wars.
Shed Wars 21 gets you the
you'll
visit.
Find a lot of information on it. It's definitely worth checking out. We really like the premise.
Yeah, it's basically about sharing tips and helping people learn and learning yourself on all different ways to garden and grow your own food, and kind of aiming towards sustainability, on whatever level, because you can be sustainable on a couple things, and that's still a very good thing to do. Mm-hmm. I guess for us in the big picture, we're eventually hoping to grow everything that we consume, but minus spices and things like that.
You'll never get there.
Yeah. But
even people who go...
There you are. Amy put it up. Shed Wars and Shed Wars 21 for the tags. You type them in, there's a lot of stuff that definitely comes up, and we're very much looking forward to it. We've kind of already been going through and doing a little bit of planning on some of the,
it's been good following the Southern Hemisphere.
Yeah, because I say Australian, I don't know if there's anybody that's not in Australia in it.
New Zealand.
Well, okay, I still count that as Australia.
It's not the same thing.
Okay, but I mean, like, if there's anybody in other, like, South America or anything, I don't know. I haven't seen anybody in those. But it's been really kind of fun and good to watch theirs, because that's giving us a really good idea of how it plays out, I guess.
Well, but I like the tips and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Jules is going to be eliminated. Oh boy. You heard his language. Well, I'm staying out of the whole debate on teams and everything else. I'll be happy to provide for whatever team I end up on, when we end up on. We're pretty easygoing, but then once we get into it, then we'll be in on the banter.
You'll probably be better at that than I am.
The banter, yeah. So what was the rule he said? Going back up. Jules being eliminated.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
And it's not even 21 or 2021 yet.
But it's close.
Interesting.
It's close. Yeah. Well, we'll hopefully get
there is somebody from Africa. So there you go.
Oh, there we go. That's interesting. Do you know who it is, Amy? Because that would be kind of, if you have the link, I would definitely be interested. Or their name, because that would be interesting to follow. So far, I've only followed people from Australia with it. I haven't seen anybody else, so that would be kind of interesting.
Probably just missed it. Yeah,
and then there's a lot of just going back for Hitch-A-Chick, because she was new to the Shed Wars, but there's quite a few people from England, which I lived in England for a year and a half, so I do find the gardening stuff from them very interesting, because it is they have a different way of gardening than we do, which I think is very neat, and I'd like to definitely adopt some of the concepts.
Well, I always go back.
I love the English garden.
Well, I always go back to the same thing or the same theme, but it's like we have a lot of space. Instead, it would be really unpractical to try to garden all of it, but it's I don't know. I really enjoy watching other people who have smaller spaces, just to see how they do things.
Yeah.
Like, you know, sounding like a broken record, but there's a lot of stuff to learn from that, as opposed to just, I've got a 10-acre field and I can. That's got its own challenges too, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not doing a very good job of explaining what I mean, but
okay. Sorry, I got distracted. I'm on
two new members from.
Yeah, I'm on my phone because I just looked up the 254 Nature's Grower and put them in for watch a video after, because I do think that would be very interesting. Another reason to join Shed Wars. Well, there we are.
Well, that's the whole thing about like learning from everybody, right?
Oh yeah, and everybody has different ways. Like I definitely find I'm learning stuff from the Australia and New Zealand stuff too, because even not just growing stuff, but like and I'm gonna get it wrong. What's the I can't say her farm name. The one that has the pigs.
Those guinea pigs.
Anyway, I'm not going to try, yeah. But anyways, we've definitely learned a few things from them. And the other one's, Amy says, Citizen Guardian.
Maybe we have watched something.
That one sounds familiar, but I didn't know about the 254 Nature Grower. So that's good. Now I will add them too. So that's kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's definitely becoming quite a big thing. I don't know if it's going where it was planned to go, but.
Well, this is for me too. I've said this for like a decade now. More people should be growing something.
Yeah.
Not everybody can grow all of their own food by any means, but anything anybody can grow is still something. Mm-hmm. It's still important. So I think that's probably first and foremost the part I like the most about it.
Yeah.
Encouraging people.
Yeah, encouraging people, because anything definitely anything counts.
That's the one. I can never.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the one. Homestead Hawaka Waka. That's it. Yes. We are learning so much from their channel. So it's kind of good.
She's got the same kind.
She's got the same kind of pigs as us, and then she's doing the garden stuff. And Jan says, Shed Wars is going to be amazing. It is. We are very excited for it. So, true needs to be found. Well, I just subscribed to them, so now I got to make sure I go back after we're done this chat and watch a video, because as we know, the subscriptions don't always stick if you don't, and I do want to go and catch up on some of their stuff. So yeah, I think that's pretty good. Well, that's
looking
neat.
Forward to as the tips and stuff come out.
Yeah, and learning.
I know I've seen a few people in the southern hemispheres have a couple tips and that came out already.
Yeah, I got to go back and watch the gladiator one that he did. I saw the one where he did the challenge.
We have a bad tendency to get a little behind. Yeah. Usually because that's why we did this one late, because by the time we get done doing everything else, it's like.
Yeah. We find it gets to 10 o'clock and then you're just like, okay, I got to watch a few videos. What am I going to watch? Because so got to get all caught up. Which then, going right back to the beginning of the chat, that also sometimes contributes to the fact that we are not necessarily the earliest risers. Yes. No. Except for when the kids are in school, because we have to. Yes. Yeah. That's been one of the biggest things with you being at home for work. Oh, it's completely different. Yeah, because you don't have to get up as early. No, because I don't have the commute anymore. Well, normal, which is nice. That is one thing I do enjoy. Yeah, not having to drive to work. Although the downside of working from home is that feeling of, while you're doing the normal daily stuff, it's like, I should go help. I should go help. No, you're making the money. I can't go help. I have to do my work. Yeah. But for the next, almost 2 weeks, I don't have to do that. I thought, Chicken Johnny, I thought the draft is in February. Isn't it like Valentine's Day or something? Wasn't that what they were saying? That was the little, we were in somebody's live and they were talking about it. I want to say it was Jason's one last time. No, so maybe, I don't know. Maybe, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's in February. So I think there's going to be a lot of people. A lot. From what we've seen from people talking about it and stuff. 254 is an awesome channel. Yeah, we're definitely going to go check them out. So I got a question. It's not really Christmas related, but it's excuse me, upcoming new year related. Does anybody have any fruit, vegetable, plants, etc. that they're thinking of growing that they maybe haven't grown before? It's always an interesting question. We've got some. We're trying to do the amaranth. Yeah, the giant golden amaranth. Yeah. This one. Jenna Day, she binge watches. Very true. We do the same thing. Yes. It's usually an evening, but yeah, some evenings, especially. Sometimes we go on two computers and we both watch something. We alternate. Yeah. One of us will pull something up, watch it, and then the other person will have something go so we can optimize our time. Yeah. No, that's very much what happens. But, and then we always kind of said we weren't going to get into the live stuff, and then we got going to people's lives and we loved it. And then we said, well, maybe we should. And then we did that. And now you get wrapped up in the lives too, which is great. Chicken Johnny's growing tobacco. I've thought of that. There was a seed company that we ordered some stuff from. That they had it. And I didn't, because we've got a few things on the... what would you do with tobacco? Off the top of my head, I don't know. But there is uses for it, though. I just can't remember it. The information's in my head somewhere. Yeah. But that'll be interesting to follow Chicken Johnny, how it does. Yeah. Well, that would be kind of a good one. We're doing the amaranth and what's the other thing that we got?
Oh, we got a bunch of stuff.
Well, you got and then we're doing raspberries. We're planting. What do you
That's
get?
so yeah, insecticide. Thank you, Chicken Johnny.
It's an insecticide. Mm-hmm. Very interesting. Well, there you go.
I think there is a couple of other uses for it. Like on the, I want to say medicinal side. Don't quote me on that, but
yeah. Hi, Lori.
Hello.
Trying to make sure I say hi to everybody as they come in. So tobacco, that's an interesting one. Anybody else growing anything? Oh, and a bartering tool, very good idea.
The tobacco is interesting because in southern Ontario, there's quite a few people that, not people, but quite a few farms that grow it commercially, and I always find it intriguing when I go down there and you see fields of it.
Mm-hmm.
Not that that's the same scale, but
yeah. Lori's doing couch kohlrabi. We bought kohlrabi this year. It's going to be the first one, and the celeriac.
Celeriac, yeah.
Whatever, I can't pronounce it.
What's another one? We have the Hamburg rooted
and
parsley.
And the root parsley, yeah.
Yeah. I'm kind of looking forward to that one.
I think, what else? I don't know. There'll be,
I'd have to get it. We've got to do a real big seed sort because we've kind of got our box on the table of seeds that we bought for this year is getting bigger, and
somebody has a seed obsession. You're obsessed with seeds.
I put way too much thought on the front end into, if I'm going to grow it, can I save the seeds?
Yeah. Well,
and if it gets complicated, how can I make it work? So we've been thinking about that with beets because we want to keep growing the sugar beets. We're going to grow Detroit red beet because we do actually like normal beetroots. We want to grow mammoth red mangos as a livestock crop, and what do we got? Is it the ruby red Swiss chard? Ruby red Swiss chard. The problem is those are all biannuals and they all cross, so we've got to come up with a plan. If we want to keep them from seed, we've got to come up with a plan.
Well, you've already got your plan because the Swiss chard's already out there, so that's the one you're keeping seeds from this year.
Well, I'm hoping it survives the winter.
The Swiss chard and the kale is our first experiment with doing the biannual, really, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we've left in this winter. We've left in the Swiss chard and a big patch of Swiss chard and a big patch of kale.
The kale, there's a lot of. The Swiss chard's not a big patch, but
it's
big
still
enough. If they go to seed,
20 plants.
Yeah, is that many?
Yeah, there's got to be 15, 20 plants there. Mm-hmm. So, Chicken Johnny says he has a seed obsession as well.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that because I don't know. I think that I do a lot of thinking, but I think that in and of itself is a tip for anybody who's thinking about gardening. And I've had conversations.
Oh, and Amy's got a seed problem too.
I've had conversations with my friends in the past, some of which who do garden, and it's like if you're going through the effort of growing the plant, you might as well try to figure out how to save the seeds. It's like tomatoes. It's super simple. You can have multiple varieties of tomatoes to a point and still save the seeds. But it's amazing how many people don't even think of that side of it. But, yeah. I guess that's more like what did I call it? A put and take gardening?
Yeah.
There's that phrase that comes from like fisheries management, kind of like a put and take fishery, right? But in some ways, you've got the same thing with homesteading and small agriculture, that you have some systems that are these put and take systems that you're constantly requiring the input of the seed or the chicks and it's not that there's anything wrong with that, but if you can find ways to minimize that, then great. No, I don't think you can have too many seeds.
No. Lori had said that they were working on a gingerbread house. This year, instead of a gingerbread house, Chris bought to make with the kids is it gummy bear? It's like gummy Lego.
Blocks.
Like if you build it like a Lego, red, white, and green Lego blocks, but they're gummy squares.
For entertainment value than.
I'll actually eat that.
Yeah, I would like the gingerbread. But.
Yeah. Oh, it went faster than I could read.
Yep, we're getting behind again.
Oh, a gingerbread barn.
Oh, that's cool. That's a good idea.
Huh.
You could sort through animal crackers
For critters in the barn. Yeah.
You could make them too, but
yeah. Oh, she's doing it with sugar cookie instead of gingerbread. I would eat that.
Yeah, that would be good.
Mmm.
You're giving us good ideas for next year.
Yeah. Again, I need my notepad. But yeah, the Lego one, we're going to build it on Christmas Day. I think will be a hit, and then I think it will be gone.
Oh, yeah.
Because, yeah, little gummy bear Lego things will be good. I didn't look to see what flavor they were.
Not good for you, but
no, but yeah, we're being pretty good otherwise on Christmas Day, so it's not like we're getting together and eating a whole bunch of junk. So, yeah, but they're picking on you, Johnny.
I always find when I'm typing, I type really fast, but I can't spell very well.
Yeah.
So I rely on the.
Chris is a terrible, terrible, terrible speller.
Yep.
If it weren't for spell check, you would be.
Yeah. I'd be
Yeah.
I'd sound very.
I'm not sure how you got as far in life as you have, to be honest, without being able to spell or do math.
Good night, Chicken Johnny. Thank you very much for stopping in, and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, and we're looking forward to the new year with everybody and seeing what everybody gets up to. Oh, chocolate chip cookies.
That's something we didn't make this year.
Well, I made the caramel chocolate chip cookie. The salted caramel.
I always forget that they have chocolate chips in them for some weird reason.
Yeah, they're salted caramel chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah. I think the caramel is why I forget, because you taste that a lot.
Oh.
Yeah, I'd be dead without it. And now for when I write reports, I've got Grammarly.
Grammarly,
which I actually like because I find normal words doesn't catch.
Hello, Holiday Acres. Merry Christmas.
No,
you
writing reports and
yeah, Chris's job is mostly at a computer writing reports, so he's very
well, except in the summertime.
Well, in the summer you're out in the field doing stuff. I don't know if you've told me too much about yourself, but
no, not yet.
No, you're saying reclusive, a man of mystery, not going to tell them what you do. Okay. Oh.
Yeah, it's awfully hard when there's fresh baked cookies to not eat some.
Thanks for stopping in, Jan. Have a very good Christmas.
Yes, Merry Christmas.
We'll, I'm sure, be running into you throughout the holiday season in various chats or watching your videos. So have a great night. Oh, there's a breakup going on.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Again?
I guess, yeah. Every live.
Oh, that's funny.
We can't keep up either, Lori. It's kind of, but you know, it's kind of one of those things where you have to go from live to live to stay with the program.
Yeah,
because it could change, you know, and you miss one live and you could miss something really important. You could. There's a lot that goes on.
Yes, there is.
Yeah, I know. I'm very glad that everybody could come and join us for a bit here. Our second time doing a live. Hopefully in the new year we'll get a little more organized on a
more regular schedule,
yeah,
to just
hey, let's do it today because we feel like it. How old were you when you started homesteading? My first year has been a tough drink.
2008. How old would I have been? You have to do the math. I can't do math.
Okay, so 2008, so 12 years ago. So you would have been 26.
So there we go.
He's 38 now, and I'm 41. So, and prior to, I guess I didn't really homestead much, the full-on homesteading, until you and I got together 8 years ago, because prior to that I had horses and chickens, which I don't necessarily, I did a little gardening, but not very much. So I would say that's
with my seed collection.
Yeah, then you came along with goats and seeds, and it went all downhill from there. And ducks, which we got rid of. No, we're not getting goats. We're not getting ducks back. No,
we'll stick to the geese.
Yeah, the geese I will agree with. Yes. So definitely, I would say I'm glad that we're in the thick of it already. I don't know. We often kind of say there's some of the stuff that we're doing now that I don't think in 10 years I want to be, or might not be able to still be doing.
And yet we bought cows.
Which
is probably the single biggest.
Oh, I don't think the cows are as difficult as the sheep. As far as like physical labor.
No, you might be right.
The sheep are far more physical than the cows.
The gardening's simple compared to all the rest of that.
Yeah, the gardening. But you know what? It's funny because for us, and this just to put it into kind of perspective, the gardening really wasn't high. It was a priority, but it wasn't big on our list compared to the livestock for so many years. Like this year here, we pushed more on the gardening, and next year we're going to push more.
We've
gradually.
The livestock's been a bit like a seed collection in that I didn't want to get rid of any of it when we moved and stuff. So you kind of yeah, that's a whole nother discussion. But rather than downsize to make moving easier, we kept it all.
Yeah,
and the seeds you can kind of put them on the shelf and store them. You can't do that with chickens.
I don't think there's ever any age or something that it's better to do it at. I just think you develop your style and do what works for you. I mean,
I find it interesting that when I started, people understood it, but nobody wanted to do it.
Yeah.
So like most of the
people
around my
end.
age,
you were at the end of that first homesteading craze.
Wow, a big one.
Yeah, a big homestead. Well, here anyways.
But I'm talking more like people my age at the time when I started.
He's got a ton of sheep.
They weren't.
We looked into those.
That was up there on choice.
Oh, see, he got excited. Now he's gonna. As soon as we get off this, he'll be like, maybe we should look into ton of sheep again.
No, one type of sheep is enough. That goes down the line. It's no different than having too many types of tomatoes.
Yes, we have Icelandic. Love them. But
some days hate them.
Some days hate them. They are. I don't know if you find this with the ton of sheep, but it's definitely a love-hate relationship. Some days they seem to just kind of go with you and do what they're supposed to do, and then other days there's not a hope in heck that you're getting them to do what you want them to do.
They have this thing where they call them the leader sheep.
Yeah.
And if you've got one of them in your flock, which we're pretty sure we do, it can work really great, or it can work really badly.
Yeah.
For you.
But
again, a whole nother.
But 6 is a very nice size of a flock. I mean, we upped to 9 ewes this year, and then we've got 3. No, well, we got 2 rams we're using, and then we've got a couple that we're growing out. And we originally thought we were going to grow bigger than that in order to produce more meat, and we've now since kind of said maybe we'll just stick to 9 or 10.
Well, we kind of went to that thing. It'd be nice. Well, on one side of the fence, it would be nice to make some of this a little more economically viable. But then we kind of second guess ourselves and go, I don't know if it really is worth it. It's better to keep it more in that what you would use yourself.
What's
and
manageable.
If you do happen to have a year where
you have extra,
then great. But otherwise, it's just that's I think where we are at with everything.
Yeah, we've done, and we've often said we should do some sort of video on this, and I don't know if others, have potentially thought this or, maybe done videos on. If so, definitely let us know because we will watch those. But, it's nice to build a plan that, you're making some money off of it. But in the long run, we've kind of said, we're just doing this. We're growing what we think we need. And then, if you can make anything over and above, it's great, but you're not banking on it either.
But even we're the same way with the vegetables and stuff too, right? Like, again, I know people that are really into market gardening, which is great. But for us, we're probably going to do a little stand at the end of the driveway, like an honor system type thing, because, and we've said it a lot, like sometimes you just have more produce than what you either can deal with or need.
Yeah. You
didn't necessarily plan to have that kind of a harvest.
Or you grew more plants than you needed. Or
whatever the case would be. You had a good year. Kind of, if it helps you buy a few packages of seeds or whatever, then great. But at the same time, we don't want the pressure. It's pressure
of
enough
having
to, do it
to
for
make
yourself.
That money back.
We don't want to invest to grow to that size where you're doing CSAs and all that sort of stuff, even though we have the land.
Saying hi to Mary's Ranch Wild Cooking, and also saying Merry Christmas, Hitch-A-Chick. I hope that you have a great holiday season. Thank you very much for stopping in. It was great to talk to you. I hope you do check out the Shed Wars intro videos and look into that a little bit, and maybe we'll see an entry video from you. But have a great night and a wonderful holiday season. And welcome to the chat, Mary. But I put this up here so that I wouldn't forget to comment. So yes, ours are exactly the same.
Unless food's involved.
Or if it is pouring rain, like a pouring rain and ice, they will use the barn, but they would prefer to be out in the open. We've had where a blizzard comes in and you just see these humps. They're covered in snow and they're just lying out in the pasture. That's what they want to do. So yes, we definitely find that as well, but we still give them something. We give them shelter because that's what the law says you must do. Well, it pretty much does. Somebody would complain if you didn't, even though they don't use it. Somebody would complain. Hello, Pafford Homestead. How are you tonight? Hope you're having a wonderful start to the holiday season.
I hope everybody's having a wonderful start to the holiday season.
Yeah.
I know I've been kind of grinchy up until today.
Yeah. But up until work was finished finally.
Yeah, and then it was like a weight was lifted.
Yeah.
I don't have to think about it.
Oh, yes. But yes, this is Jules said about telling the Hitch-A-Chick there to check out the Shed Wars, and we promote it as much as we can, telling people get involved, get in there, do it. I think it's something. It's funny because most people don't have any clue what it's about until you explain them. Like, and not that they're supposed to, but it's Shed Wars, and people just think it's sheds or something. Nobody understands the garden thing, but we're pushing it.
Spell checker's not working.
Calling you sheep are the huskies of farm animals. Yeah. Well, especially our girls. I mean,
actually, the with the Icelandic sheep, and this makes perfect sense given that they come from Iceland. The worst months of the year are July and August.
Oh,
because it's hot, and yeah, they
don't do well in the heat.
And they don't do well with.
And I try and shear them like we shear them in. Basically, they blow out their fleece in March, so I shear them down, and then
usually by the end of April you've got them all sheared.
Yeah, and then you don't really want to shear them again until closer to fall. So they're kind of growing it back, and maybe this is because we feed them too much, because they say, the healthier they are, the quicker they grow their fur back. But they grow it back so quickly that by the time they get to July, August, they've got 4 inches of hair again. Mm-hmm. And the poor girls are just dying sometimes in our heat waves. Well, they're not dying, but
the rest of the time they're and that's the time when they drink the most too.
Yeah,
exactly. They drink the rest of the year, but that time of year they drink a lot.
But yes, that's a great way to put it, with them being the huskies of farm animals, because that is, they're just out there hunkered in the snow. They're always happiest this time. Well, as long as they have hay, they're always happiest this time of year.
Yeah, that's the one thing people don't tell you about sheep.
They eat a lot.
They eat a lot, and once they realize that you're the one that brings them food, they let you know when they want it. Mm-hmm. More so than anything else we have on the farm.
Yes. We have one group of our 3 young girls from that were born this year, that we're growing out for next year to decide if we want them for breeding stock. And
and they're closest to the house.
Yeah, they're on this side of the barn, and every time you go out the front deck, they baa at you and baa and baa.
And it's not the cute, quiet baa that you hear in like kids shows and stuff. It's like full on baa.
Yeah, it's a big baa. Yeah, but that's how it works. But we often say it's a good thing they taste so good. Because
that's kind of a bad joke.
It's a bad, but it's an ongoing joke here. Is we wouldn't stick with it if they didn't. Mm-hmm. But because they'll test you. How long have you had the sheep? Or no, I guess you said this is your first year, so you must just gotten this year. So I'm excited for you to have some lambs, and I hope we see videos on that. I think it'll be good. Mm-hmm. I'll have to check it out. But half of the hottest time, July, August, September. Yeah. September usually mellows out for us, but
September usually warm.
End of July and August are
the nights are usually going down.
Yeah. But for us here, I don't know. I've never been to Texas, but us here, it's the humidity.
Yeah, we're very humid in the summer.
That really, it might only be. I'm going to do this again because it's in Celsius, but 32 Celsius. Let me get my phone. What is that?
You can't do the math.
I can't. No, I can't convert.
I have an excuse.
But
mathematically uninclined.
Yeah. It's going to take a while here. What's 32? Fahrenheit. There we are. Okay, so that's around 90. But once you tack on the humidity, it ends up being.
It feels a lot.
Yeah, 10 degrees higher. So our poor sheep get.
It's one of the disadvantages maybe to living near the Great Lakes.
Yeah. Well, and our temperatures are probably nothing compared to Texas, I'm sure. But.
Yeah, but we have crazy temperature changes where it'll, like in a 48-hour period, it'll change.
Oh, yeah.
Like 20 or 30 degree temperature swing.
That's one thing we definitely say about all of our livestock anyways, and even our plants. Mm-hmm. They've got to be so tolerant because we go from one to another so quickly.
Yeah, really at any time.
Yeah, we've gone from plus 20 to minus 20 in a night. So.
Well, 48 hours.
Yeah.
That's actually happened, which is crazy. Yeah. I always joke when I was a kid and used to watch like nature documentaries or whatever, and they talk about extreme places because it's so cold, it's so whatever. True, but a lot of the times it stays that way, whereas here it doesn't do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 99 plus the humidity. Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Oh. Yeah. That's hot.
I would like that.
No, I might be kind of happy to take our cold.
Hello, Pete.
Hey, Pete. Oh, no worries. We were not. This was just a spur of the moment again kind of thing.
A little less
just
to
say
last time,
Merry Christmas to everybody, and we've just kind of kept chatting. So I'm glad you could join.
In case anybody hasn't already noticed, we can talk a lot.
Yeah, we're chatterboxes.
Especially with both of us sitting here, because we just keep going.
Yeah.
May not all make sense, but we just keep going.
Well, and we're always planning and plotting what we're going to be doing.
Yeah, there's always some kind of planning going on.
Are you ready for the holiday season, Pete? I don't know if anybody's ever really ready.
Maybe not.
No.
Is anybody ever really ready for anything?
Probably not.
Oh, philosophical question?
Yeah. Get all deep. Oh. But I don't know. I'm ready. For a new year. No, I'm ready for a new year. She's ready all year long, Lori says.
I don't think I'm ready all year long.
Yeah. Never ready, just ready to get it over with. It does kind of feel like that at times, for sure. I don't know. This year hasn't, because there's been no build-up. It doesn't feel like it's been going on for
Christmas Eve.
Yeah. But all these came quick, I think. Yeah. That's a Pink Floyd in the background. Everybody has us so nervous about playing music and things with copyrights and so on and so on. We just said, nah. It's like in our videos, for the most part, it's just the ambiance of our animals.
Well, we kind of like that, because there's always something making noise.
There's always noise, yeah.
We never really quiet. Usually roosters.
Yeah.
That's our signature thing.
Yeah. You're definitely lucky you get to head out to see the kids there, Pete. We're getting together tomorrow with Chris's parents because we go into lockdown on Boxing Day, and everything is shut down for 28 days because of the COVID stuff.
It doesn't really change too much.
Not for us, because we kind of live in a bubble. But
a little bit.
It will make a bit of a difference on some things. Basically, stores aren't open and restaurants aren't open.
Well, we can still get feed.
Yeah, feed is our animals' feed is considered an essential
service.
Yeah, things like that. But this will be our second lockdown thing now. So kids don't have school anymore. Don't go back to school after the holidays this year.
Yeah,
they've decided that public school would not be open. So
yeah, till middle of January, I think it is.
We are in Ontario, in Canada. So there's been quite a few other provinces, I believe, that are already locked down. But we'd kind of, I guess they'd avoided doing it until after Christmas here. So got to make sure all the big retailers still get all their sales.
That doesn't sound very Christmassy to hold on.
Bah humbug. But
it's just some of your juice. I get talking too much.
Yeah, you do. But yeah, it's definitely been 2020's definitely been an interesting year to kind of put into our portfolio with what's been going on. So hopefully 2021 will be improved. And,
I'm sure it will be.
Not stuck in a lockdown for. Oh, Pete's supposed to get snow.
That's quite a bit in a short period of time. You'll be getting snow, or if you get snow, we're supposed to get rain. So how's that for mixed up?
Yeah, yeah. I was looking at the one above there. How they interested about the hay situation in Canada.
But that's
depends where you are.
That's a funny topic, because this year the first cut was good. Pretty much everybody got that off, no problem. But then, I shouldn't say Canada. In our area, the second cut of hay, basically after they took the first one off, nothing grew for all of July because we didn't have any rain. So there was a lot of talks of shortages of hay and this, that, and whatever. But a lot of people did get it off in September, a second cut. So I'm going to say it this way. I think a lot of people have played that thing of, hey, there's a hay shortage when there really wasn't one. But then there's a lot fewer people that actually do it because one of the things we find, I'm going to say generic blanket statement, but there's a lot of the bigger farms a lot of the farms period are being switched to like the cash crop type farms. There's not as much pasturing going on. There's not as much hay production as there once was. We kind of live in a funny area because there's a lot of marginal farmland that really doesn't suit the cash cropping too much, but so that tends to stay in cattle or whatever. But and we have a lot of in our area we have a lot of big dairy farms. That's kind of the big thing. But so it's not all weather.
Amy said they got 5 cuts.
Wow, that would be nice.
Yeah, we could dream.
We'd be lucky if we get 2 here.
Yeah. Dairy farmers get 3 because they do the wet wraps.
Yeah, I meant to say we'd be lucky if we get 3. Most people get 2, but
yeah,
still.
Yeah, like we prefer to feed what we call second cut. But this year we stocked mostly first cut because there was a chance there wasn't going to be
when we had the goats, we needed the second cut because if we didn't have the second cut, the goats wasted so much of it and still didn't keep a good body weight up. But we're finding, the horses, people are funny about horses. This is my opinion. People are funny about horses, but our horses will pretty much eat anything. I mean, they don't, there's parts they don't like, and they do well on it. But the cows and the sheep do much better on the first cut. They still give them the opportunity. The second's better, but they still keep in decent shape.
Oh yeah.
Now our pigs, because of the Kuni pigs, they do need the
second cut. They won't eat the first cut.
No, and they do need the hay, which is a little different than most pigs, but it costs us like nothing.
Yeah.
The animal themselves is expensive, but feeding them is like nothing.
But that would be amazing to get that many cuts off of we have a spot at the back that used to be a hay field, and of course it's gotten so overgrown now. It would be about 8 acres maybe?
Well, I measured it out on Google Google Earth. It's about 10.
Okay, so it's about 10 acres. And it used to be a very nice hay field for the people that were here. Oh gosh, this is going 20 years ago now, according to our neighbor. But yeah, we've kind of weighed up the pros and cons of the work involved to get that back now. And the equipment needed to hay it, and I don't know.
It's the equipment. We're trying to
as much as we'd like to be self-sustaining, I don't know if you could maintain the tractor and the equipment to keep it going and have it still be worthwhile.
Well, our big thing too is we've got the 38 or 36.
38 acres.
Yeah, basically 38 acres. Maybe a little bit less than that, but we've got the 38 acres. But I guess it's kind of like an old school approach of, because we're trying to kind of keep everything in more what we would need. If we can do more, not even remotely close, but the more we can keep the animals out on the pasture, the longer we can keep them out there, the better. We just need fences.
Yeah, we just.
that's the negative. But then that hopefully will reduce our hay.
But we stocked up on more wire this fall, just in case there was a shortage next spring, so that we could keep going next spring with all of our fencing ventures.
That's the plan.
Keep going with pastures and whatnot, so that it'd be nice to have a good 5 or 6 pastures ready to go. But
well, hopefully we can get the 6 acres that we wanted to get done and the sheep fencing done, and then we'll kind of go from there.
Yeah. But
big plans, but everything it'll change.
Yeah. Other things come up, or who knows? But it may get done. We pressed on pretty good this fall and got lot of fencing done.
The other problem with the hay on this property is I don't think our tractor can do it. So to use
not probably
for
a long
time. You could cut it with a sickle mower once you get it.
We just have a what is it? We just have a little. It's a Massey 35.
135. 135.
So it's not a very big tractor. I mean, it would probably do it, but how long it would do it for would be the question before you killed it. But Holiday Home Acres there says about was getting second cut and now it's first cut and not great quality. I know we've got a bit of a slight issue on that too, and we find the sheep, I don't know if you find it with your sheep, but our sheep do tend to pick through it and they kind of leave a lot of the woodier stuff, which we find with the first cut. But
she's laughing at cats.
Yeah, the cats are fighting beside me. But the horses were lucky because they do clean up most of what the sheep don't eat. And the other thing that was nice about it for mulch on bedding and stuff, the sheep eat anything that has seeds or anything in the hay, and then they leave the stuff that's a bit more straw-like, which we can just kind of take it up and make it into mulch, which is nice too. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't get wasted, but it is sort of an expensive item to be using in that way.
Well, multiple.
Yeah.
But this is a good comment. This is stuff we actually have looked into a bit. Some of the pasture we're setting up for the sheep is actually in, basically it wasn't an apple orchard, but previous owners had horses for like 30 years, wasn't it? 30 years? 20 or 30 years? Anyways, and so there's a lot of apple trees resulting from the horses.
Yeah.
But it kind of works out nicely because once the trees get to a certain size, the sheep won't really touch them. They will eat them when they're younger, especially in the fall. We've got to go back and cut a few that they damaged this year out, but like the little guys. But
yeah, but we wanted to thin some of it.
We wanted to thin some of it out to kind of make it a bit more of like a savanna type system. But it takes time. All of it takes time, and
and the hope is to eventually get to where you're rotating and your rotational grazing is using if we don't do this hay pasture or hay field, you've got another 10 acres that becomes part of the rotation. And if you do it properly, that you allow it grow, it's like right now the horses, it's the end of December and they're still out on pasture eating because it's grown to a certain point and they're out there eating. So,
but it's interesting, right? Because it puts it in perspective of, I know we're saying horses, and we don't use the horses for power, but historically you would have. Like the big animals.
Ours are just lawn ornaments.
Well, at this point, you can ride them. You could use them. They don't do that, but it's like the cows and the production of milk. How much land you need to produce that item is puts it into perspective when sort of good land becomes developed for other uses. Just going to kind of leave it at that because that's a whole nother topic. But anyways,
how do you say out? I'm sorry. Which we're out?
I never noticed that. Now I'm going to notice that.
Is this is like the about and a boots thing? Isn't that what it is?
I never thought I did that though, but maybe. Regional dialects.
Now I'm going to be like listening to myself.
Now we're going to be quiet and thinking about what we're saying.
Yeah.
No, not really.
Not really.
We'll just keep going.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Now this is making me think because it's like we used to watch these horse instructional videos from the States, and they always used to say a huff instead of a hoof. It was a huff. Anyway. Same thing. I'm sure it's a dialect or whatever you want to call it.
It's like what's the big one around here? Creek and crick.
Oh yeah.
Crick is like a regional thing.
Yeah. Well, I don't hear it, so I don't think it'll change.
No, I don't think I could pick it out to change it.
No, exactly. And just get going, and then it's like.
That's interesting.
That's now. I wonder if that's something I'm going to just whatever, but I wonder if that's something all across Canada. Do we all say it? Have you talked to? Does Lori say about? Like, does she say ouch like that? Because you're on the other side of Canada from me. I'm not sure if she's still in here, but I'd be curious. I'm gonna have to listen now because I don't hear it. Hi, Gail. Merry Christmas. Hope you're doing well in the holiday season.
I think you'd find Canada's so big though. Like
We all must sound different.
It's like when you go to Northern Ontario, and people never think about it, but it's like the French influence in Northern Ontario. But Ontario is right beside Quebec, and it's not the same French. It's a different. Yeah, it's very interesting.
Yes. Wow.
But see, I never thought I had an accent, so maybe you guys do, and you just don't know it.
Well, nobody thinks they have an accent because everybody thinks they sound normal and everybody else has an accent.
Until you hear yourself recorded, and then nobody thinks you sound the way you actually do.
Yeah, that's true, because you don't hear it the same, yeah.
No, but your inner ear picks it up when you're speaking.
I don't know. But
we had that with the kids recently. They listened to a recording of themselves, and they're like,
"Oh, it was when they watched themselves on YouTube."
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah, the kids did a video, and they were just like, "That doesn't sound like me." Like, yeah, it does.
Cute. It's exactly what you sound like.
Yeah. Well, the kids are having fun with it, so that's all right.
They like it.
But
I think they would potentially do more videos, but
yeah, we keep them in check.
Yes.
But they're learning. I think it's a great skill to sort of learn, right? Like,
well, it's amazing how much you don't think they're listening, you don't think they're paying attention, and then
they say something brilliant,
and you're just like, you were listening, which is always kind of fun.
Well, sometimes like the kids have recorded a lot of videos, which we've edited out. But we go back and we watch them, and it's just really surprising how much knowledge they actually have. Mm-hmm. So, well, look at even going down the line of the bird identification, because we are avid birders in our area, and the kids go to school and correct their teachers on what a bird is, what type of bird things are, because they know. More than once. But I was sorry to hear that, Gail. There's pop up everywhere. We watched your one on Lala Farm, and I have to give you props for that, because I think I would not have been able to do that with my kids. Oh, it was very very patient. Go back and read here. Oh, we're talking about the accents. There we go. I'm caught up now. I figured it out.
Yeah, what's there's something else recently too. Oh, that was that one part today. You don't think they're listening, but they're in another room and they can hear the conversation, and then they contribute to the conversation, and then you're like, but how come at another time
I say something you're supposed to be hearing
right next to you and you don't hear me?
Yeah, that's definitely the kids for sure. Yeah.
Well, hopefully you're feeling better, Gail.
Yes.
Yeah. So
well, around here too, they're doing they don't really want you to go into the doctor unless you think it's, like here they're talking about hospitals filling up and whatnot. So it's definitely not fun to be sick in this time. Wow. Hopefully. Get checked out if it's not progresses. Was that sticks around? Worsens, yeah. But can't be too careful right now. But on that note, my dear, we've been at this. Everybody's put up with us for quite a while. I think it's time for us to get going. Try and actually be productive for a bit of the day tomorrow before
different kind of productive, but
well, yeah. Maybe we'll build a tractor shed.
Get up early and build a tractor shed before it rains.
But we just wanted to do a live here and say Merry Christmas to everybody. Hope you all have a great holiday season. And we'll be staying in tune with everybody on YouTube because, hey, we're all sitting at home. Right?
Yeah, this is I need to put this one up because this is a good.
What's that?
It's a good point. Maybe just leave it at that, but that's a good one.
Yeah, exactly. Don't want to go there if you don't need to. For sure.
So I'm glad everybody's had fun with it. Like I say, we just kind of ramble on and talk and keep talking. And
yes, you can imagine editing our videos. We talk a lot, so be thankful that lots of it gets taken out.
I guess that's one way to put it.
Yeah, exactly. But Merry Christmas, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful holiday season. I hope Santa's good to you all. Is Santa going to be good to me?
Yes.
That sounded pretty weak. Oh, well.
I did just say I was grinchy up until this point.
Yeah, I know. So there's going to be some serious last-minute shopping tomorrow.
No.
But have a great night.
I bought you cows.
Oh yes, I got cows.
That was Christmas early.
Early
Christmas came early in the form of 2 cows.
I don't know. Those cows cost a lot more than what I thought. No. Merry Christmas! Here's a cow.
The gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah. But hope that you all have a fantastic night and great Christmas season, and we shall be talking to you again soon. I am sure. Oh, I am sure that we will be back sometime over the holiday season because we're getting into this now. But we're going to sign off. Bye for now. Hope you all have a great holiday. And thank you very much for coming to watch our live.